Hey, thank you for being here for our version of March Madness. It's great. I'm Joe Prisco, founding chair of the New Literary Project, and I know many of you follow me on TikTok, so I appreciate that. I guess that was kind of obvious, right? Okay. In any case, here we are, back in real time and space, just where we left it. And if it feels a little bit different, I think maybe it's because we've been changed. I'm going to get into that in 2 minutes. First off, sincere, humble, huge thanks to John and Toby Nady for their incredible hospitality and friendship, hosting us in their amazing home. A hand for them. Toby. Thank you, Toby. Big thanks to Penguin Random House, who stepped up big time as beneficent sponsors for today. Round of applause for Penguin Random House, please. James Bell, Chairman, Bell Investment Advisors, based in Oakland, for his soulful and financial support. He's on the gradual mend at home, but he sends good cheer and love, so we need to give him a hand that he can hear all the way in Berkeley. Come on, James. Thank you, James. And to all of our donors, thank you for your trust, you oracles and menschas and sensei, now and to come. And a shout out to Diane, our ED, for her phenomenal leadership and incisiveness and inspiring creative problem solving, and mostly for her big brain and big heart. Thank you, Diane. And thank you to Abby, who you've all been dealing with, I know, for her masterful, cheerful organization. And a very happy birthday to her today. Happy birthday, Abby. I gotta say, just so you know, it was her brilliant idea for these posters, which have snippets from the kids mostly, published in Simpsonistas 1, 2, or 3. And this is sort of a record of our life over time. So this is really cool. You can't leave here without doing the tour. It's against the law. And you should take pictures and post them, please. These are great things. Okay. Big thanks to our marquee institutional partner and friend from the inception, the Berkeley English Department, the greatest English department in the world since time began, represented here today by Ian Duncan, the chair, and Fiona McFarland, both wonderful resources for us. Okay. The department is also represented by 5 Simpson Fellows here tonight, those Cal creative writing teachers who make the workshops work so marvelously. So thank you, and go Bears. Go Bears. Lafayette Library and Learning Center Foundation was another indispensable institutional incubator for us, generously serving as our fiscal sponsor in our gestating years. In fact, one of the key people there, Vicky Shaka, is here. She just left her job as the manager of the Lafayette Library, and she was such a wonderful, inspiring friend to the project from the beginning, on the founding board for the project. And she made all the distribution work so well when it came to books coming in for the prize. So thank you, Vicky. You're not going to shake us yet. We're going to keep you in our radar, even if you're in Montana? Wyoming. Who knows the difference between Montana? Anyway, thank you, Vicky, very, very much. And as for young people, how about some snaps for the 4 o'clock entertainment? Aiden DePrisco, distantly related to me, 16 years old. Very good. That was terrific, Aiden. And finally, thanks to Patty for her surreal support of the project, and a very special thanks for those beautiful sunflowers on all the tables. As you know, the Ukrainian national flower is the sunflower. So thank you, Patty. Okay, Surveys always reveal that people's number one fear is public speaking. But when I read the room here, I sense that your greatest fear is my public speaking. So I'm not going to go on too long. I want to make 3 points about this event we call Writing Our Way into Social Change. Let's break down the title. Writing. Wide lens, please. Everything feels terrible. The pandemic, George Floyd, the war, the atrocities, you know what I mean. So how should writing matter? And I've been watching slack-jawed these images from Ukraine of heroism and resolve amidst the ever-expanding rubble. And I caught a clip of this gifted pianist playing in the icy weather outside Lviv, playing a piano. And everybody's trying to get out of the country to save their lives. And she's playing, what is she playing? What a Wonderful World. What a wonderful world. It broke my heart. And then there's another clip of, there's subtitle, what we do in bomb shelter when they bomb us from the sky. And what they do is they play violin, they play Mozart. Okay. Art and pain, beauty and suffering conjoin more than we would like to assume. It's not about making pretty things. It's about surviving, withstanding, outlasting public and private devastation. Some might say it's kind of glib to claim art is crucial when the world is in such appalling shape. Maslow's hierarchy of needs and so on. Let's be clear, absolutely, we should be unstintingly supporting the Ukrainians and the hungry and the homeless, the unsheltered on our streets. We should do that. Of course we should, of course we should. But you know what else what I really think is glib, is to say that art is incidental, a nice to have, a not essential. That seems to me glib. So I've been thinking about what President Zelensky said when offered a chance to get lifted out of the war zone. He said, unforgettably, I need ammunition, not a ride. Well, for one thing, it's the most perfectly rhetorical sentence ever written, and it'll be remembered forever. But there's something deeper about that. It's breathtaking in its humanity, but beyond that, he wants supplies, not an exit from reality. And it's an affirmation of the highest human driver in art and life. Give us supplies to face reality, and we will give it all we have. Point 2, writing our way. We live in a world where people rage to ban and burn books, in a world where some try to both sides racism, misogyny, and white supremacy. In a world where politicians saying, let's not make students uncomfortable, is code for let's not make my donors uncomfortable. In a world where teenagers cannot say gay or read certain books. And man, that is a really winning strategy, telling teenagers what not to do. I taught high school enough to know that's a winner. That works every time. But hey, if you're an artist or a teacher and your readers or your students are not a little bit uncomfortable, what the heck are you doing? I think we all know that. That's why we do that in the first place. In a world where artistic expression and arts education are underfunded and unacknowledged, you know what? The New Literary Project stands for just the opposite. That's our way. That's why today the New Literary Project is the home of Simpson Writing Workshops, Simpson Fellows from Cal, the Joyce Carol Oates Prize, Simpsonistas, our internationally distributed anthology, Jack Hazard Fellowships for high school teachers teaching creative writers. 7 years ago, we didn't exist. 70 years from now, we will still exist. But Toby, I promise we'll clean up the place before then. Okay, point 3, social change. But wait, this pandemic. This pandemic gave us lives of uncertainty, political, social, epidemiological, emotional, psychological. And at the same time, it's given us certainty about some other things. The power of art, the gift of teaching, the impact of reading, the lives of young people, the urgency of writing, the certainty of the value of love. So let me finish with a little story. It's a story about you, actually, whoever you are. Once upon a time, you came upon a book, a novel, a poem, that caused something to shift inside yourself. Life, can feel random, unfair, challenging, painful, tragic, disappointing, but then there are those other moments. Maybe from time to time you came upon a grace note delivered in a story, a play, a poem. I want you to think of those writers, one of those works of art, right now. Please just let's all contemplate that. It's our little experiment, a group meditation. It might have been a fairy tale, a story your folks told you bedtime, a book you read in school, whatever. But it deeply mattered, didn't it? And now, please, experiment. Just think about that. Who was that? What was that? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Good. Feels pretty good. Think about something beautiful and affirming something wonderful. And since you were changed and are still growing and alive, you got to believe that you can help bring about change for and inside others too. To that end, you'll be happy to know I have a mantra for you, if you need one, and who doesn't? It's our mantra, and I hope it becomes yours. Drive social change. Unleash artistic power. Let's try that together. Full-throated. Drive social change. Unleash artistic power. I don't believe it yet. One more time. Drive social change. Unleash artistic power. Not bad. That's very good. And now, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, on with the real show. We're highlighting three extraordinary people, extraordinary artists of language, music, and society: Julaine Virgil, Kev Choice, Danielle Evans. And Julaine is ill. So we're going to try this. And she didn't want to expose anybody, so we're going to try this. It may not work, but it has worked. The last time we did this was when Michael Krasny was the first Simpsonista winner, and we did a phone thing, and it worked, so let's hope. Okay. Come on. Oh, no. Julaine, are you there? Julaine? Oh. Everybody's got a positive energy here. Julaine?
Hello.
Hi, Julaine. Say hi to everybody, Julaine.
Hi, everybody.
All your friends are here. There's like 400 of us here. And we miss you so much. We hope you're feeling better. I'm going to make this really brief. I know you want to say a few words. Google Julaine Virgil. There's so much to find out about her. She's wonderful. Her terrific leadership at Girls Inc. and elsewhere is amazing. But I can think of three things. I'm just going to make quickly three things I want to mention about her. Hold on, so I don't forget it. Well, just so you know, the Simpsonista Award is given to somebody who makes a huge difference in terms for readers, for writers, for kids. Last year it was Michael Krasny. And for Julaine, I could read her impressive bio, her credentials, and her service, but three things. Probably the first person I'd ever talked to outside the organization about the new literary project was Julaine. We met at the Tribune Tower. Remember that, Julaine? Say yes.
I do.
You're a little slow on that cue. Anyway, and we talked about what the project was about and how Girls Inc. could be involved. And she was all in, and that was just life-changing for us. And Mario's here. You went to high school with Mario. He says say hi to Julaine. And the second thing is, when Julaine called me up after Volume 1 of Simpsonistas was published, she called me up and said, practically shouting on the phone, "My girls are in the same book with Joyce Carol Oates." I said, "Yeah, well, me too. That's great." And then the third thing, we did an event at the library, and a lot of kids read stuff, including girls, scholars, I should say, from Girls Inc. And at the end of the program, and it was a very beautiful program, a Girls Inc. mom came up to me and said, "My daughter's life will never be the same." That's what the project's all about. So, Julaine, I'm not going to go on any longer. Do you want to say a couple of things?
Absolutely. Wow. That intro, I should have known that you would, kind of momentarily strike me speechless, Joe.
My pleasure. All right.
Well, I want to thank you so much for this honor. And I'm grateful to you and to Diane and everyone at the New Literary Project. And I just want to say I do wish I could be there with you all today. You certainly know how to throw a soiree, and it's been a while, so I wish I was there in person with you. When you turn on the news, we can all see the importance of fostering a literate society, a democratic society, a society that lifts up stories from new voices and spaces, and that encourages us to connect across the generations, across privilege, across perspectives and experiences, across all of those artificial barriers, for the purpose of better understanding our own humanity and that of others. This just could not be more important. And so when I think of the work that the New Literary Project does, the bringing us all together around this art form, it really is invaluable. And I've had the privilege of watching our girls find and cultivate that spark, that love of writing and storytelling that is so rewarding. And the mom that came that spoke to you is so correct. They're really finding their place in the world with this. Their stories are moving and powerful, and they have an ability to enhance our understanding of the world. And so they really are moving mountains and changing the world, and I'm grateful to the New Literary Project for sparking this fire in them and for investing in them as writers of their own experiences and their own ideas. May writing really enable us all to learn more about our stories and our own humanity as we learn about others. And I'm just so grateful for the spark that is created through your work. Thank you.
Diane. That's great, Julaine. So we have something that you can't see, but Diane is going to read it to you. So it says,
New Literary Project, Simpsonista Prize 2021, Julaine Virgil, strong, smart, visionary leader. Drive social change, unleash artistic power.
it's very pretty, Julaine. All right, because the last thing I'll say is, so when the mom said, my daughter's life will never be the same, I think once you've met and worked with Julaine, you can say the same thing. Your life will never be the same. Thank you, Julaine. You hope you feel better. We miss you. Ciao, ciao.
Before I introduce Kev, I want to give a shout out to our poet-in-chief, Joseph de Prisco. Yay! During the pandemic, Joe created a mantra for our team. It was think magically, improvise, make mistakes. So we've been abiding by that motto for the last almost 2 years, and it's served us really well. In that time, we've been able to increase the number of writers that we've been able to serve and workshops that we've been able to conduct. So just a little snap to thinking magically. Okay, Kev Choice. There is so much to say about Kev Choice. But we're here to experience him and his band, not to hear me talk about him. But I'm going to do a brief bio. He's pianist, MC, producer, band leader, music historian. He's blessed with prodigious talent plus skill and dedication. Kev Choice is redefining what it means to be a musician in this day and age. As a teenager, Kev played in classical and jazz ensembles as part of UC Berkeley's Young Musicians Program and at Oakland's Skyline High School. He went to Xavier University of Louisiana in New Orleans and then received a fellowship at Southern Illinois University, where he graduated with a Master's of Music in Piano. Kev has toured in 12 countries, currently back in his hometown. He combines classical jazz, soul, funk, rock, electro, and a hip-hop context. If you're looking for a break from your political diet, you can watch Kev's Daily Dosage music series, where he offers music lovers and fans a new song every 24 hours from Halloween to New Year's Day. We are in for a treat. Let's welcome Kev Choice and his band.